Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host CDB, or you can call me Chris, and today we're going to use the Warriors of Howling Fjord, or is that Ford? There, you can read it. This is from the club, which is the Shaving Shop Club, which is a sneaky Pete Charcalis operation. The Synth on this, which is right at about medium, 5, is similar to Creed Silver Mountain Water, I believe, which is a little bit of citrusy, clean, fresh, really a nice scent. The price on this, if you're a member of the club, is $14.39 for 4 ounces, or on the chart there, $3.59 per ounce, which is a fair price. Excuse me, I like the artwork there on the Howling Fjord, or however you say that. You tell me if I'm wrong below. We're going to be using once again, the Dovo Best number 95, which I got from David Gonzalez. So we will continue to practice with that, and we will wet the face. And while I'm wetting the face here, let me just show you what we're working with. And this right here is 24-hour growth for me. So that's normal growth. That's actually a little bit under 24 hours because I'm shaving slightly before, but that's what we're taking off. So it is not super dense, but it is there. And so I'm sorry if that grosses anybody out. It's just hair, so there's no reason to be grossed out. I'm using the Razor Rock pre-shave cube here, just really trying to use it up, to tell you the truth. And boy, these things hang around for a long time. Let's set that aside so we don't get it in the way, and let's sort of rub that in a little bit so we don't have it interfering. Because as I've been saying recently with pre-shaves, now, one thing I want to mention, pre-shaves, oils, I don't use at all. Never, under any circumstance. That's just me. I don't like oils on my face at all. So I don't use them. It's perfectly fine for you to use them if you like to and you think you benefit from them, but it's just not, they're not my thing. I don't use them. Not for me. But if you do use a pre-shave soap, I recommend that you sort of add some water to it and sort of bring it up a little bit, you know, rub it with your hand. Otherwise, it'll set below that, and it can, of course, it's not going to clog a straight razor, but you'll likely just sort of scrape it right off. And there won't be much benefit if you're just scraping it right off. So today we're going to try to add a little bit of more water to our mix to try to get it a little bit slicker. I tend to have a heavy load, and it goes on pasty, as you can see, so I'm needing a lot more water. So let's work with this a little bit, and while I do work with this a little bit, let's talk about the Scented Soldier Shaves, because he did a video yesterday that was the 10 cheap fragrances under 35 bucks. So these are actually nice frags that are somewhere around or under 35 bucks. And he reached out to me and said, hey, would you like to collaborate on this? And I said, sure. And so the way we're collaborating here is go watch the video. Again, it is, and I'll link it below, 10 great cheap fragrances under $35. And in the comment section, put a hashtag IamCDB. And when you do that, Tim is his name, the gent who runs the channel, will enter you into a contest to win a decant of one of those fragrances that I choose. So he's sending one to me and one to you. So go on over to the Scented Soldier Shaves. That is Tim Delaney. That's his name, in case you're curious. Check out that video. I actually made some notes during that video because I want to take advantage of some of the, you know me, I like budget frags. And so he gave me some ideas. So go on and check him out. You don't have to subscribe if you don't want to, but I recommend that you do, because he both does wet shaving stuff and fragrance stuff. So if you're interested in both, you will probably enjoy that. And I think he's a very nice fellow. So go check it out. And remember, in the comments on his video, not mine, do hashtag, which is the # IamCDB. And that way he will know that you are entering the contest there and that I sent you. And that will be terrific. Maybe you'll win a one of those frags, which would be nice. Okay, I'm gonna take my watch off because there's no need for that during the shaving video here. And we'll see how we do today once we get our hand dried off. And I apologize for the time this takes. Again, as I've been mentioning, I'm not a aficionado in any way, shape, or form when it comes to straight razor shaving. And so it's going to take me a little bit longer than it might somebody who is really skilled at it. So keep that in mind. We're learning, and we will still be using DE razors, so have no fear. And yeah, I can see this razor is cutting. There's no doubt about it. Yesterday I was feeling like maybe it needed a hone, but it could also be me getting used to the razor. So, you know, when you're new at this sort of shaving, you don't really know what the razor is supposed to feel like in terms of sharpness. So it could be me. I'm so used to machine blades, which are crazy sharp. This one could be absolutely where it's supposed to be, and I'm just not accustomed enough to understand where it's actually supposed to be and what it should feel like. On the downstroke, I will say that is feeling pretty good to me for what it's worth. So we'll press on. All right. Let's see if we can get that a little closer there. All right. Not too bad so far. No bubbles, no troubles, as I like to say. Actually, it doesn't feel too bad. So it might be just, you know, this is going to require some getting used to, and that's really all there is to it. And I'm fully committed now because the Stallion sent me a couple of razors, and one of them I'm pretty sure is extremely nice. So one of the things I'm going to do here is add a little water. When you're slow, like me, you may have to add a little water just to, you know, get some additional slickness in there, because it will dry out on you if you're not careful, especially if you tend to lather a little bit on the dry side, as I do to begin with. So just keep that in mind. Let's see where I can see there. That's better. Okay, that felt pretty good. Definitely cutting. I can see the stubble in the razor, so everything's looking good so far. I might do a 2-pass. I might just do a upward stroke today instead of trying to go across. I don't know. We'll see how we feel. One thing I notice is that these straight razors are taking off more than the DEs typically do for me. There we go. On a per pass basis is what I mean. It's removing more hair than my typical DEs do. So, whereas on a DE, I'm still removing a significant amount of hair on the second pass and so on. On these, I'm finding that I'm not removing as much hair. In my, you know, extremely limited experience, I should say. Let me wipe this off because somehow I managed to get lather on my fingers, which you don't want lather getting all over the place. So I'm going to come across here just for a little bit. So I want to tighten that up just a little bit and then get this last piece right here. Let's pull that down a little bit. right. Not too bad. Again, this is not, this is obviously not a work of art here. But, you know, we're doing the best we can. And one of the things I'm doing here is getting lather all over where I'm wiping this on the, I'm wiping this on my towel, and then I'm hitting the same spot, and I managed to get lather all over the place on the blade, which I don't want to be doing, obviously, for obvious reasons. Let's see if we... Okay. A little bit more here. I'm not going to do it that way. I'll get it in the next pass. Okay, first pass. Still awkward, but we will get better as we go. Let's make sure we get some moisture going here. The soap is performing, you know, quite well. That's really to be expected. And again, I just want to reiterate, you're not seeing a straight razor shaving clinic here. It's been, up until yesterday, it had been 6-7 years since I've used one. And even then, I probably only used one a dozen times, maybe a little more off camera. So you're not talking about a person who's, you know, extremely skilled. So I don't want anybody to be under the illusion that I'm supposed to be terrific straight razor shaving, because I am not. I'm learning, and you know, hopefully you're enjoying the ride. This will definitely be a learning experience. Today it does feel a little more comfortable. Apart from me, I think I'm just going to have to rinse the blade in the sink, maybe, because I find that on my towel, I keep getting lather on my hands and so on when I'm trying to wipe the blade. So let's get some more water in here. So that's not good for anybody. I want to thank Scott Leslie, who's our latest Patreon supporter. Thank you very much, Scott. I really appreciate it. Scott's been around for a long time. I messaged him and I said, I think I recognize your name. He's like, oh yeah, I've been around since like 2013. So Scott, thank you very much. And thank all of you who are subscribed. And by the way, if you have not subscribed, I ask that you subscribe. I'm going to be having a 5,000 sub giveaway, a big one coming up soon. I have not announced all the products, but there will be quite a bit. And again, as I mentioned, I have 8,000 on my old channel, so 5,000 is not really a big hurdle, but it will be on this channel, I guess, in a way. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you appreciate the effort, like the video. It doesn't mean you agree with everything I say or everything I do or all my opinions. You know, when you hit thumbs up, you just appreciate the effort, and I'm certainly putting forth as much effort as I possibly can. So I really appreciate all of you who are subscribed and liking the videos and sharing the videos, and all of that helps. And any help that I get, you know, brings content to the channel. So that's great. All right, so we're going to start up over here on an upward stroke. Choke up there a little bit further. Not too bad. One thing is for sure, these blades, I mean, they're sharp and they take off a lot of hair. One thing I'm going to have to work on for sure is my stretching. I'm going to have to get far better at that. Let's see if I can pull that down a little bit. There we go. Not too bad. Again, I keep getting, that's where my hand's pressing up against my face. I thought it was coming off of my towel down here, but I'm actually getting it off my face. I didn't realize that. So, you know, I'm learning. I'm trying to pull down on that a little bit, but it's kind of slick, to tell you the truth. Definitely need to get some slickness on that face because it was a little bit sticky right there, and that is 100% my fault. Need to get some moisture and lather there. Again, 100% my fault there. And the other part is I'm sort of just experimenting with a different, grip here. Just, honestly, I'm just learning, so. Feels pretty good. It's not exactly, it's not exactly against the grain there, but a little bit tentative right there. But we are doing the best we can, and that's all we can do. All right, let's see how we do over here. If we could do a little bit better, perhaps, we hope. Not bad. The razor actually, I think, feels a little bit better today than it did yesterday, for whatever that's worth. So we'll keep pressing. Let's see, what shall we do here? Always trying to figure out the angle of attack here. And this feels a little bit, up that high feels awkward, so I probably need to come back and do something a little different there. So how will we do that? Need to get some water in that. That's part of my problem, is the lather is too dry. And I'm tentative at the same time. So when you have both of those, kind of makes it difficult. Plus, the razor may need honed. I'll know. There we go. That's better. I'll know when I get the Stallion's edge, and I can compare it to this one. I'll have sort of a benchmark because it is freshly honed. And so I'll have a much, much better idea, and that'll be good. So when that arrives, we'll be good. Well, almost cut myself there, being sloppy. Let's try this. Not too bad. Did we give ourselves? Yeah, I think I did. Let me see. Yep, I got myself right there. First damage. But, that's bound to happen. I got myself probably pretty good there. I thought I felt it, but, let me get the styptic and then we will return. Stay tuned. All right, so we got our styptic there, and we will bring that to a quick close. That might leave a mark for a little bit. I'm going to clean up a little bit with the twig really quick and just get some areas that might need a little touching up. This comes with a leaf razor, and you're bound to expect cuts when you're sort of trying to figure out your holds and all that. So don't let it discourage you. I will not let it discourage me. There will be a mark there, and we'll probably go with the DE just for tomorrow to try to give that a little time to heal before the Stallion's razors get here. But, it's going to happen. So we won't worry too much about it. But you certainly won't be able to say today, no cuts, creepers, weepers. We won't be able to say that. It cannot qualify as an excellent shave. But, it was okay. Again, Not great on technique, but we're learning and we'll just continue pressing forward. Let me rinse and then we'll come back. Stay tuned. All right, we're back with our Lancaster Razor Works towel. We'll pat dry and there will be my mark there, I'm pretty sure. But it will be okay. We'll continue to press forward. I'm committed now, so cuts or no cuts, you know, we're gonna have to keep pressing forward, and now we just have to get better. And that's all there is to it. No fault of the razor, user error. And you're gonna expect that when you're learning to straight razor shave. Okay, we used the Ariana and Evans brush with the Warriors of Howling Ford soap, which was quite good. Available at the Shaving Shop Club. Thumbs up on that. We used our Dovo Best number 95. We did not use it flawlessly. We got awkward and got careless and cut ourselves, but you know, probably be a mark there, but it's not too bad, so we're not gonna worry a ton about that. We're gonna use our Mountain Man from Stirling aftershave, which smells like this soap, which will be excellent. I really like Stirling aftershaves. I wanna thank everybody who hung in there, because I realized these straight razor shaves are maybe a little more difficult for people to watch because I can't talk as much, and when I'm trying to talk, you know, it's difficult. So I may have to do some of these straight razor shaves off cam just so I can completely 100% focus. But we'll see how that goes, and we will be having more DE shaves coming up too. I'm going to use straights at least 4 times a week. And you know, for a long period of time until I get proficient with it. And it's gonna take some time. So today was not a pretty one, but hey, I posted, I'm learning. Maybe you'll learn with me. Maybe don't repeat my mistakes. Until next time, I wanna thank you for joining me once again. Don't forget, Tim Delaney at a Scented Soldier Shaves, Scented Soldier, it's kind of hard to say, and it's Scented Soldier Shaves. So check that video out. Put the hashtag pound IMCDB or hashtag IMCDB and be entered to receive a decant of a frag. Until next time, I want to remind you, it's your shave, do it your way, and God bless.